And the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly is set to begin. All eyes are on the United States in the backdrop of the Afghanistan fiasco. And WION Executive Editor Palki Sharma Upadhyay spoke to Hudson University's Asia-Pacific Security Chair Patrick M. Cronin and Hill Senate Foreign Relations Committee Chairman Atman Trivedi. Let's listen in.
WION USA Direct from Washington, D.C. with Palki Sharma Upadhyay.
Many believe that for India to expand its global footprint, it must clearly define its allies and adversaries. Do you agree?
I think India in the last few years has begun this process of definition that you're talking about. And in part, that's a response to the external environment in which it's dealing with. The biggest development may have been the situation in the high Himalayas, of course. The conflict that broke out in the Galwan Valley about a year ago, and the subsequent tensions that still linger with China. And so I think that has hastened a natural alignment with the U.S. and the West on a number of different issues. So here, when the Prime Minister comes, I think we'll see that the sides are seeing more eye to eye than that they ever really have. Here in the U.S., there's strong bipartisan support, Democrat and Republican, for the U.S.-India relationship.
Patrick, they say in diplomacy there are no permanent allies or adversaries, there are only permanent interests. And yet, can those interests be served well if you do not clearly define or spell out who your adversaries are?
Well, you better have your objectives clearly in mind if you hope to pursue them and achieve them. And there's no doubt that over the last year, largely because of China's actions, the quadrilateral security partners of India, Japan, Australia, and the United States have moved in closer alignment, not just the problem solving of vaccines or supply chain security, but I think maritime security and other questions that get into the hard security realm, where everybody's been wary of making this a formal alliance. It's not heading there yet. But if China keeps pressing India and Australia and Japan and the United States, who knows where this could end up? I think we're seeing a new variable geometry in the Indo-Pacific. The quadrilateral security arrangement is just one mechanism, but it's sort of a muscular hub for maritime democracies who pose a latent threat. That is, if they were to come together seriously as an alliance in future, they would be a dominant security apparatus. But there are other minilateral, trilateral arrangements that are obviously brewing. Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States is one, but Japan, Australia, the U.S., and so on. And these arrangements are all trying to achieve specific goals, problem solving. Whether it's the maritime security, the Malabar exercise that India has helped to lead with others, or whether it's the submarine deal with Australia and the UK, these are specific questions. And the Quad is still focused on delivering on specific challenges like, again, vaccination. If they can help the world get vaccinated, not just Southeast Asia, that will be a huge public good for everybody. And it's not at China's expense, it's for the good of the world. So it's not all about adversaries, but it is definitely knowing about what your objectives are.
When you're talking about security, prosperity, the U.S. is still very much the partner of first choice, I think, in the world. What the U.S. can offer in terms of defense capabilities, technological know-how, the ability to work together on shared economic issues and encourage prosperity through working together on trade. I think there's just a tremendous amount there that is on offer from the United States. And, the U.S. has come to the assistance of India quietly during some of its challenges with China. There have been very robust consultations that have taken place in the last few weeks regarding Afghanistan and our shared concerns about counterterrorism. I think when the United States has a national interest at stake, you can count on the United States to be a credible, faithful ally and partner.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.